Hello everyone, this is gonna be a bonus episode because I notice a lot of people at Discord and in the league in general, especially new players, they are not aware how to do the new act, so I'm gonna do it for them. First, I'm gonna sell some stuff that I found along the way. This build is my theory craft around one of the new items. I'm just leveling this as a primal strike, but this gonna change. First, I'm gonna put these mandates. They are very important. They are part from the homestead, and I'm gonna buy 3 more for the Black Legion, another very important faction, just in case if I die, because I died with my league starter. I did a very stupid mistake, but without much further ado, let's jump in for the new. Here we want life and lighting damage. Health regen. Actually, I'm gonna take the health regen. This is basically primal strike druid. I go for a high life regen. This is very stable during the campaign. I have 1.7k, which is basically tick every seconds. Okay, new act starts after you kill Karzus. So let's pretend we kill Karzus. This is Darkvale Gate. Unfortunately, I already did the quest, the first one. So basically, there is a 2 NPCs here, a Black Legion guard, exactly here, and 1 prisoner, Vanessa Redgrave. There is a dialogue between you, guard, and Vanessa, and you port them after that in Homestead. You can find them at basically south from Douglas. There is a big house. All of the new act NPCs, they gonna be there. So basically I kill Karzus, I come here, make the conversation, immediately take this rift over here, and after that there is a detonation site to the new area. Don't forget to get the Asterkan Mountain Rift. After that, blow the barricade and you're ready to go to the new area. Just follow the road. And this is Asterkan Customs. They changed the name to Darkvale Customs, but it's the same thing. So now we want to go basically just north from the entrance. If you go south, you're gonna unlock the dungeon, but it's too early for this. And then this dungeon over here is completely optional. It's not related to the quest line. It's a side quest area. And if you follow the basically north from the entrance, you're gonna find the exit. It's gonna be marked on your map as well as a star. My whole map is already... I mean, I have all the rift gates. I use merit for this old character, but this is... Be sure you don't miss this rift gate here. You're gonna need it if you want to farm Dark Veil customs. We go north from the rift. We have to reach a very specific town. That's right basically by Kronlis Gang. I'm gonna pop up experience potion. Very important thing for this act is freeze resistance, mine quite low. Be sure you craft for yourself a couple of Ore Frost ointments. This is gonna save your life. A little bit defensives. So I'm gonna finish the campaign this time. Just follow the road. You're gonna reach this cave. There is a mini boss that is basically optional. You can skip it if you want. But if you want to do full quest clear, you can kill her right now. It's a nice chunk of experience. So there is 2 entrances. Doesn't matter which one you use. She is a fixed spawn location. She can be very dangerous. She is a ether gunner, similar to Rutnik, but she is much more flexible and mobile. She uses disengage. Just to know, don't face her with bad ether resistance. She has a lot of burst damage. Also, she is surrounded by adds as well. And these guys, they are no joke. They hit pretty hard. Because they have their own set of MIs. Basically, this is completely new items. And it's not very visible now because my build is very tanky. She's here. She has just one of her guns. But basically Primal Strike Druid is not Druid, sorry, Arcan. It's a very strong archetype in this game, especially for leveling. Basically Corvan Storm Halberd, it's completely broken item. It's one of the most strongest MI in the game for leveling, don't get me wrong. Primal Strike falls off at endgame. But for leveling is absolutely beast. So basically this is the town. Few things that you have to do here. There's gonna be a lot of heroes. This is part from the quest. You have to kill all of them. You can do it now or later, doesn't matter. First thing, you need to find the floor, pumpkin and garbage. So I'm gonna pick floor. This is not in your inventory. Don't look for it, just be sure you pick it. Pumpkin. This is the boss, Fred the Bouncer. Next thing, garbage is a little bit tricky. Now, remember this building, gunsmith. Here is the quest item that you need. Basically, silversmith hammer. Remember, gunsmith. Here is the garbage. I'm gonna show you how to reach it. It's a little bit tricky because the breakable object is not very visible. So is this one. You have to break this shelf in this small house here. And you're free to go to the garden and pick up the garbage. Okay, I have the all 3 quest items plus the silversmith hammer. I can head to the Astercan people. Town is very easy to navigate, it's not something crazy. Just pay attention and follow the steps that I show you. You're gonna save yourself a lot of time. So here this house have a several entrance. It leads to the sewers. And sewers leads to the Astercan camp. Ignore every single of this entrance and take this one that is far east. This is the right one. Here is the camp. Questline is a little bit tricky, but this guy gives you the most quests. This is the optional quest. It's not related to the quest chain, but I like the experience. He's gonna send you for the hammer, but I already got it. It's pointless to go back. Just remember gunsmith and you can find the hammer there. This guy, he needs all the food that you collect. Otherwise he's gonna send you as well. And now what they want, you have to kill all the outlaws. So I missed some of the heroes, I'm gonna go back. That's totally fine. My all previous kills gonna count. This is not one of these quests that you have to reset the game. These guys they spawn just once. So basically I have to find what I miss. Now they're gonna be marked as a stars. It's gonna be much easier for me. There is a several outside. The good thing is map shows them at a very long distance. Okay, that was the last one. I'm gonna port directly to the Valley of No Wind. I told Igor I kill all of them. Now I have to make Adrian repair the hammer. I don't have 5 shards. I'm gonna pretend I don't have any. Because I have a lot, but in terms of a questline, I'm gonna show you how to do it properly. So next step, you can blow up the barricades. And basically just follow the route. This is the first NPC. Be sure you take his quest. This is a part of the main quest line. You don't want to miss it. And we moved north. There is some optional stuff at the south, which is not basically related to the questline. You can explore later if you want. There is a one mini boss. He is here in this area. It's very important. This is three brothers. It's very important to find all of them and take all of their quest lines. So next brother is in this area. He is exactly here, remember? You can line them. Next brother is basically southeast, a little bit southeast from the other one. Now we have three of them. Two of them, sorry. The last one is much easier to find. The most tricky one is Ari. You can easily miss him because this area is dead end and you can just basically move north. I miss him several times, so pay attention. What we gonna pick? I think I have enough damage, so I'm gonna pick oak skin for now. Now we have to look a little bit carefully, explore the map. We search for a golden boar boss because she or he, I don't know, it's outside. This is a very giant, basically bull. At this point, things become spicy. I'm gonna check if I have Frost ointment. I misclick when I spoke to Isaiah Redin, so he's kinda mad to me and not gonna sell his potions. Okay, I can craft Frost. Keep in mind, it's a very cheap craft, but it's a lifesaver in this act. I'm gonna craft 12 and I'm gonna place them on my bar. So now this is a best thing you can do. My freeze res cap. Even with 66, you're gonna be okay. This is very important, especially if you play hardcore. Don't come here without Frost ointment. You're gonna regret it. There is a tons of freeze mechanics in this act. And you can get chain freezed and after that dead. I am looking for the golden boar. This cave here is a very important. I'm gonna leave Rift Gate. Remember this shape of the map and the cave is over here. One of the quest bosses have two different spawn locations, so it's not very clear if it's this cave or cave of the giants. And here is the last brother. next to the rift. He's gonna give me the last quest. Basically you have to kill 3 different bosses. Let's check if one of them is at this cave. There is a ghost camp. Gonna farm some materials. Primal strike is so broken. This is not the boss that I'm looking for. This is Unamrap the Blizzard. You have to be careful. He summons meteors from the sky. These ones. This is basically one-shot mechanic. This is the only thing that you have to avoid. This boss is inspired by one of the Titan Quest bosses that kills a lot of players. It's Barmanu. If anybody of you play a Titan Quest, you're gonna recognize his mechanics pretty similar to this one. At the moment you saw him raise his hands, just move. I think the boss is not here. Oh, it's actually here. So this is the Crimson Horror. This is one of the bosses that I need. So let's go back at the Asterkan Plateau. We're still hunting the boar. Supposed to be anywhere here. The boar is a high reflective boss. You have to be extremely careful. She's gonna reflect all of your damage. If you have some strong defensive, better pop it up. Or even you can pop up cluster if you are some hard melee hitter. This is Cave of the Giants. This is the other spawn location for the Crimson Horror. It looked like I missed the boar. Or maybe this is my last chance in this area. But I'm pretty sure I missed it. So probably I have to go back. Yeah, I definitely missed the boar. Let's see the map. I discover everything except this area here. Probably it's over there. It's gonna be very funny if the boar is here on the only fog that I basically just be sure you clear all the map to find her so you don't have to backtrack like me. Okay, I think this is some sort of bug. She didn't spawn in this game. I have to reset probably, which is very unfortunate. I have to hunt her. That's unbelievable. There is a slightly fog here, but I don't believe she's gonna be that early in the game. Anyways, I'm gonna kill the other boss and I'm gonna reset because I think this is some sort of bug. Actually, we're gonna kill the fire giant and I'm gonna reset for the boar. Remember, Crimson Horror can spawn here as well. This cave is the best place to farm ice crystals. Ice shamblers, they are not so dangerous like the physical ones, but still they can hurt. Be sure you clear this area for the Crimson Horror. If you don't find her at the cave that I find her basically. Fire Giant is the most dangerous of the three bosses. He is more like act boss for me instead of side quest boss. He is very strong. Different mechanics to watch out as well. I have to high damage, probably I'm not gonna manage to explain all of them, but I'm gonna briefly try. So he's here. This bow's gonna explode. This is one of the mechanics. He's gonna summon meteors as well. These guys, be careful with them, they transform into volcanoes after you kill them. So you have to manually avoid these meteors and damage him when you have a window. Just I am very tanky, doesn't matter. But this is all the mechanics to watch out. Meteors, his slam attack, and basically these fire shamblers, they are very dangerous, especially at ultimate. That's ambush. A little bit materials. We missed just the golden boar. I believe basically it's a bug. There is a slightly chance to be here, but I don't believe it. I'm gonna just reset. And I'm gonna run the map again. It's slightly annoying, but okay, you can see the freeze mechanic. I forgot to pop up my... I think she had slightly chance to be here, which basically I missed this area. Yeah, she's here. So you can see the reflective mechanic. Just pay attention to it. You can wait. That's the window to damage her. A lot of people, they just go straight charge and they get killed by the reflective mechanic. Just wait a little bit like me, couple of seconds, this gonna falls off. With all 3 quest items I can go to the last part of the map. This part of the map is very important because this is exactly the moment when people get lost. We're gonna finish this quest here. And this is... she need token of appreciation. Basically, here people don't know what to do. What you have to do is to finish all the quest line basically in the Valley of No Wind. And they're gonna give you this token as a reward. So basically you have to spoke with Igor. But first you bring all the materials to Adrian so he can craft weapons for these guys to defend themselves. This is the weapons. You can see them in your inventory. This is a pistol, basically rifle, and there is some swords. Hand them to Igor and he's gonna give you token of gratitude. This is what Peak Money wants. Adrian's gonna repair the key. Remember, this step is very important. If you don't finish this quest line, also be sure you don't waste the token by any means. Try to have a space at the inventory. Sometimes there is a bugs, so be careful with that. We go to Peak Money Camp. We hand them this to her, and she activates the word. Here is another step that people get lost, because you can continue questline for the Valley of No Wind. You're gonna bring everything for the next questline, but you miss the word. Word is a very important, because word proves that your word basically to this guy, Ulgraf. So immediately click the ritual and clear all the bosses that you already killed. My damage is pretty high, that's why basically okay, I prove my word. Next is you have to go back to the valley and you have to use the key. So crypt, you take the main building and you just go out from the other entrance, and the crypt is over here. Crypt is a very hard dungeon. A very hard dungeon. This place over here is ideal to farm ambushes early on. I expect from them to nerf this place at some point, because tons of clickables. Basically, it's not necessary to run the dungeon now. Quest items are already here. Basically, crypt contains bosses that gives league points. Usually I'm not gonna run the crypt now, because it's not related to the questline. It's related to the league, but there is nothing. I mean, there is nothing to be explained. It's a pretty straightforward dungeon like any other. No some secret paths or something like the questline that I already did. So I'm gonna show Vanessa what I found. Vanessa is the homestead. She is a prisoner to the Black Legion. She was part from the Cronley's gang. She is a good girl, but just lost her father, and she tries to save him. After that, we have to bring the items to Adrian. And after that, we have to talk with Pigmain at the Pigmain camp. We have quite a lot of materials, and it's good to visit the stash. I don't want to lose this wealth. Also a lot of alteration orbs. This how powerful is Tree of Alteration. I already got a lot of rare materials that I usually have to farm. But in our case, our ambushes, they have a chance. This is a pretty sweet find as well. I'm gonna keep it for leveling. And the rest is basically vendor stuff. These rings, they are not bad at all, but those rings comes with a lot of important stuff.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Let's see the damage. Definitely high, but no attack speed. So maybe I'm gonna skip it. And now we have to...
Welcome, my sons.
After you talk with Wolgraf, he's gonna send you again to talk with Vanessa and Adrian to the tomb of the first Inquisitor. This is where we have to stop Omen. But first we have to detonate this site.
See anything you like?
So we need the ice crystals. These guys over here, they're very dangerous usually on a squishy build. Be aware of that. They're gonna open the tomb for you. And this is one of the final steps to finish the new act. Next is more like DLC to the League, because this is the entire act. And next one is a little bit of side area. But I need it because I am after a very special League item. And I want to theory craft my build. Here pretty straightforward, nothing special. Just find the right way. As you can see, these guys, they deal damage. Just high regen Archon is very tanky class. Very stable class for leveling. Especially if you level as a Primal Strike Archon. Which for me is the fastest. I don't like Savagery. It's terrible, and I don't like any of the old keeper leveling methods. I don't like Eye of Reckoning, I don't like Aegis of Men here. Every single, and of course I don't like Righteous Fervor. For me the right way to level Archon is by Primal Strike. Just Corvan Halberd is absolutely beast of an item. Especially with the roll that I got, I convert a lot of physical damage. Be careful with the crossbowmen, this one is extremely deadly. Okay. Soft Cap Oak Skin and Soft Cap Rugging Tempest. And we're gonna work on Guardians after. There is a Devotion Shrine. I usually ignore it, it's too much of a hassle to reach it. Navigating here is a little bit weird, but this is the event room. You have to kill this crossbowman. I'm gonna pop up Ascension just for a little bit more offensive ability. One point don't do much, but at least clarity of purpose. There is a 4% offensive ability, which is always a boost. Stats wise, usually I try to get physique and spirit. Usually more physique, less spirit, but they are pretty close. I try to be like 10 points difference between physique and spirit in a favor of physique, but this build definitely scales good with spirit. Especially Primal Strike is a very energy hungry skill, and it's very noticeable at the beginning. Here, Omen, it's a very dangerous boss. absolutely no joke. Nothing compared to any of the campaign bosses, especially at Ultimate.
I can feel it.
I have a strange.
Our crowning glory is at hand.
So this is a shotgun mechanic, this is a slam, and this is the thunder. She's gonna rotate every single one of those. Melee builds, they are not very good at this fight, especially when she summons the yachts. It's very hard to dodge mechanics. She is very tanky as well. Maybe it's he, I'm not sure. Omen is not very... We avoid manually all the meteors. This is usually you have to avoid the slam as well. This when she or he attacks with the hands. I think it's him because looks like a main shape.
Was it
It is done.
that thing? Well,
After we kill him, basically we don't kill him, we just harm and he just run away. We have to go back to the big main camp, talk to Ulgrif. Basically, if you follow all the steps that I show you, you never have a problem with the new act anymore. This is basically the whole quest line. This is when the new act finished. This area they invented in the season 5, I think. But let's jump in. I need a very specific item from this area. There is nothing to explain there, but still gonna do it. You have to take this tunnel and you have to go south. This area over here is optional. Skip it usually, there is nothing there. Just go south. Here we have to save a group of pigmains, hunters. They gonna help us in the next act. This was very dangerous. Thankfully I have high regen. They entrap me. On top of the ether pool.
I will break your bodies against the mountains.
There is a very big troll boss here. Similar to the fire giant. This one is the ice giant. Both of them drop legendary MIs.
Thank you for we are.
Okay, we saved the guys. We have to go back to the peak main camp again. Basically, new act is a lot of Jenga with the rift gates. You have to go back again, move forward, go back. That's why a lot of people get confused what they have to do and they get lost. I try to execute and explain as best my best. He's gonna open a portal to the place that basically you banished the omen. And you have to pick one of the hunters. They provide different buffs. Buffs are very meaningful, so doesn't matter which one you pick. It's not gonna make huge difference if your character is bad. Here is a pretty straightforward. This is Malen's fortress. It comes with a lot of basically mini bosses. A lot of frost damage as well. Cold damage, sorry, and frost burn and stuff like this. And freeze. So here, be sure you refresh your ointment. Everything here explode and basically freeze you. Fortress come with a easy totem for farm. This is the farthest location. But there is a much shorter ones. Unfortunately, very poor totem. Map is a little bit confusing, but when you play long enough, you're gonna adapt. This area comes with tons of MIs, new ones. If you find something interesting, you can theory craft a build around it. A lot of chests as well in this area. This is Malen, Fallen Inquisitor. She's not very scary. But she's one of the bosses that dropped the Lich Crusader set, which is a very interesting Death Knight set. Basically, I think it's inspired by the idea of Arthas the Lich King, because pretty similar stuff to it. These rift gates, they are pretty dangerous. Have to be aware about this.
All this.
These guys not so dangerous as well. There is only one dangerous boss here, and this is the spinning guy. He deals tons of damage. Devotions, pretty standard for a lightning build. I just pick some different stuff. I'm gonna finish my I have enough damage, so I think I'm gonna pick sustain. I'm gonna reroll the devotions anyways. But I need better life regen for ultimate, because this is basically my form of sustain for the moment. Especially when I have this crazy idea how to play the new halberd. I'm not sure if it's gonna work out, I'm not sure how good the item is. But usually I do, after my league starter, I like to play league related builds and theory craft something by myself. Last league I managed to do Amatok Warlord. This guy is the most dangerous. He's spinning Sunder. Absolutely nightmare for a melee build. You have to wait for him to finish his spinning. But I have go proc if things get spicy. So I'm pretty confident in this build compared to the Reaper. Reaper is just too squishy. I'm not gonna build another Reaper anymore in my life. This is the last mini boss, not very dangerous. There is a side quest, and this is the area actually that I need. But better idea is to take the rift. Actually, I have the rift. This is the area. This guy needs some stuff from 2 bosses. And he's gonna unlock the area. Actually, area is unlocked. I think he's related to the seal, but it's not. So I can take my item. Oh, probably he needs... That makes sense. So after all, he needs the... I have to finish the quest so I can farm the secret area. But that's okay. I'm gonna finish it anyways. So Malen Fortress is nothing special. The next 2 areas kinda rippy. But at the league they give points. I mean the Oman give points. First area, it's a cold area, and the next one is a fire area. This one is not so dangerous, but the fire area is completely ripped. This map's quite long. Which is a thing that I don't like, especially this one is very hard to navigate with all these bridges and stuff. This is immediately take the south. I don't take so much damage because my life regen, but this is damage pool. It's ice cold water. Sure your frost ointment is on. This boss is very dangerous. This bow is gonna freeze you all the time. time for the next area. Be careful with the volcanoes. It's a very rippy mechanic. A lot of deaths today at the chat. That's a huge density. I'm gonna move a little bit. Also a lot of heroes. There is a healers as well. And we finally reached the last point.
The only trying to ascend using the essences of life and death. Stop him.
And now we have to completely stop Omen. Next fight is a very dangerous fight. Omen. This version of the Omen, not the previous one, is a celestial boss. Similar to Locker, John Bourbon's, Mugdrogan, etc. etc. So it's a very intensive fight. You need pretty strong and well-round build. As you can see, that's a Celestial.
Designed your death. It is perfect.
Tons of damage. Again, similar mechanics with few extra. This is basically Shred and DA Shred as well. I'm gonna pop up my Frostmont Ointment again. Casters, they deal better here.
It is done. I will.
That was his father basically.
Thanks.
Time to talk with Ulgraf, and this is the whole thing of the new act and the site area. That's again part of the new act, but was added later. Before new act was just this map over here without this extra stuff. There is a treasure room, by the way. You can easily miss it because it's kind of far away from the boss. And Ulgraf is gonna give us some rare essence. Leak essence, I mean. Ishtak, Ratosh. Not bad. What we have to do now is finally take our spear so I can transit to my idea basically. And we have the cave entrance when I can find the boss that I need. Corrupted, not a very good mutator. I think this boss deals chaos damage. Okay, we got the spear, and I'm gonna end up the episode here because it was way too long. Thank you everyone for watching. This is basically the guide for the new act. If it's helpful to somebody, that's a good thing. Thanks again. See you in the next one.